I was in Buffalo where I had a play produced, and my mother and sister were staying in a travel lodge in Buffalo where they told me there was a group of Amish people and a group of cross-dressers. And so that prompted me to think that that would be an interesting idea for a story.
There are so many themes in this show that are poignant and relevant to society today.
It was so intriguing and encompassed so many different subjects that are so relevant to today's society that I really wanted to be a part of it.
Grounded, but also lifted in such a beautiful way. I'm obsessed.
Can't let go of Rebecca. I must not let go of my child.
I am someone who started out in the theater because I was not American. My parents were immigrants, and I felt the need to belong. I was an outsider. I was an actress and a very bad actress, but I found my voice as a playwright.
For a stage manager, we're not usually drawn to projects. We're usually asked about them and whether or not we want to do them. I liked the theme of the show, so I said yes, and here I am.
Bonnie is the antagonist of the piece. She's the kind of baddie, and I love baddies because finding their thought process and empathizing with somebody whose viewpoint you don't necessarily agree with, I love that.
The dance aspect in Welcome to the Big Dipper helps make the show feel a bit more magical. It's a little bit of an elevated reality when we get to dance. Movement is my favorite language, so.
Mr. Jimmy Roberts, he sent me an email, he sent me some clips. I didn't realize that he was the composer for I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. What a blessing.
I did a show in the beginning of my career in sneakers, and everything went wrong. And I said I would never wear sneakers again, and so I bought these. I only wear them when I call a show. They're very comfortable.
The great thing about plays is that they live and thrive on conflict. These are people that are stranded and they do not want to be together. And then we've got in our musical a very significant conflict, which is that this is a historical inn that has fallen on hard times, and the innkeeper is going to sell it. So it's really something that we're seeing in the New York area, in Queens and everywhere, of these beautiful mom and pop places being replaced by something that is a chain. And it speaks to the historical nature of what is important.
A show like this and theater in general is really wonderful to bring community together, to show differences in people and that different people can still get along. I think Queens does a really good job of that.
Coming home from Manhattan, where I tend to work, I can feel this lovely release coming home to Queens. I'm like, oh, there we go, I'm coming home.
I've always really been inspired by the people who grew up in Queens their entire life, and then the transplant people like me that come from cities that aren't as diverse or welcoming, to see the community be built around diversity. I think that's so wonderful. I think that theater should amplify those voices.
And being able to engage with all of those different types of people feeds me as an actor. I get to have a reference point for different characters that I might have to play. And Queens is where it's at.
Over